women in wrestling.
We did not evolve.
We have always been here.
In the shadows.
Waiting, ready, motivated.
And now Ring of Honor places its spotlight on women.
And as we stretch our arms to make space, we inspire.
As we put our babies to bed,
We create fairy tales. And as we lace up our boots and wear our stilettos,
we chase dreams of gold.
we are strong. We are athletes.
we are passionate.
We are they.
This is Ring of Honor. And this is women's wrestling.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Beyond the Bells, where we highlight all the action from the women's division of Ring of Honor and so much more, right here on Women's Division Wednesday. I'm your host, Alyssa Marino, reunited with the First Lady of Professional Wrestling, Maria Kanellis-Bennett, and multi-time champ, expert analyst, Lufisto. So great to see you both on my screen at the same time once again. So I think we should kick this episode off, coming out hot, with an exclusive Women's Division Wednesday tag team match. Trish Adora and Willow face Vita VonStarr and Gia Scott. Enjoy.
Women's Division Wednesday here on Ring of Honor. We're so glad you joined us. Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman coming to you from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the 2300 Arena. Caprice tag team action. And why is she in white?
I'm not used to this. It's totally different.
This is a Women's Division Wednesday exclusive tag team match to for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Team number one first. She is representing the righteous Vita VonStarr.
Well, you know, in some places, Riccaboni, the righteous wear white.
While the righteous made their presence felt at Death Before Dishonor, taking the stage after Bandito's successful defense of the world title. Vita VonStarr, of course, has the Cirque du Soleil background. And translating that well into professional wrestling.
What a gift.
Even though she was disqualified from the Women's Championship tournament, quite an athlete. We've seen that time and time again. Picked a great partner here, too.
Her partner, wrestling out of Baltimore, Maryland, Gia Scott.
Gia Scott representing MCW. That's where I know her from, but she's ready to make the next step, to take it to the next level. We've seen her out and again here in Ring of Honor's Women's Division. Caprice, you know a lot about Gia as well.
Yeah, Gia's awesome competitor. She's been giving Maria Kanellis a hard time, too. Like, always looking for an opportunity.
We just crowned a new champion, and she's out on social media.
Yeah, she's hitting
out,
up
man. Maria showed me the text. Oh, hold on. I'm moving. I'm moving. Wait a minute.
My hands, my feet.
Oh!
There we go.
Her opponents first, wrestling out of Franklin Park, New York, Willow!
I tell you, Riccaboni, Willow is a mood.
Go Willow, go Willow, go Willow. How can you, this is somebody you can't possibly, she puts a smile on your face every time you see her.
Willow and the Queen, Trish Adora. This is a phenomenal team. Heck yeah, I love this.
Her partner, wrestling out of Washington, D.C., Trish Adora.
Trish Adora in the house. And fans, if you joined us, whether it was on one of our Sinclair stations or on the ROH Watch Party, you know that both of these women started to stay.
It's funny because Trish Adora came down with a serious face, and as soon as she got beside Willow, she couldn't help but smile. That's how infectious Willow is.
Four great athletes here, but these two women, they were part of the six that staked their claim to be the one to challenge whomever the ROH World Women's Champion may be at Final Battle. And that's coming up December 11th. And you know what? I have a breaking exclusive here. Caprice.
Not impressed. Look at it.
Yeah, that is. They are not impressed. But I got a breaking exclusive. I got news here. We have the 2 pairings. Maria said there were 6 women, 2 triple threat matches. The winners of those face each other to get the shot at Final Battle. First match will be Miranda Alizé, Angelina Love, and Willow. Ooh, that's going to be a heck of a match. And then the second match, we will see Mandy Leon competing.
I'm just glad
against Allison Kay and that woman Trish Adora.
I'm just glad like Mandy and Angelina aren't in the same 3-way.
Well, what would happen if they both win? Do you think one would keep the other preserved, though?
Yeah.
I mean,
that would be awesome to know.
We have bell rings. Carnival time here. Vita VonStarr representing the righteous. Trish Adora, who made headlines and waves during the tournament to crown the inaugural Women's Division World Champion.
Got to the semifinals, didn't she?
Absolutely. Was an eyelash away from making the finals.
Current Pan Am African champion. She defends that against males and females. Like, that's so dope.
We talked about the background of Vita VonStarr. Trish Adora, of course, served our country in the Middle East. Snapmare, and she's from DC. She's built DC tough. Ooh! DC strong. Great grappling here. You know, we talked about her background as well. Avid chess player and well-versed in the martial arts as well, including combat martial arts. Yep. Oh! Taking out the elbow. Drops down to the basement with a drop kick there. Go for the cover here. Hooks the leg. Just a 1 count. And you got to wonder, with Trish Adora, with Vita VonStarr, Trish Adora, she will be in that 3-way bout with Mandy Leon and Allison Kay. Do you think she might be looking past? I mean, that is a huge bout that she was just informed of right before this encounter we're seeing now. Do you think she might be looking past Vita VonStarr here?
No, I don't think you can look past athletes. You have to take it one at a time. And some of these athletes, wow, you're going to give it 100% when you're in there. So we just have to see what happens.
Of course, the reality is the winner gets more money, the winner makes more money. So you want to try and win and make the most money you can.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Come on, get out of that.
We see a nice head scissor here. Vita trying to maneuver her way out of it. Headstand. Oh! Gets one in on the way out, but it's Vita VonStarr able to escape that head scissor. Now into the corner. Tag made, Gia Scott in. And Gia Scott, the powerhouse of the team of her and Vita VonStarr. Willow tried to make the tag. It said 2-on-1. It's Vita into Gia.
I'm always curious when I see Gia in a tag team match to see how she works with her tag team partner, because she's a loner. She likes to be alone. She's a star by herself, she feels. So sometimes she's hard to work with as a tag team.
She's a bit of an alpha female.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. Off the ropes, Willow in for the first time. Big double shoulder tackle. She about to drive it like it's hot. Oh! Big slash.
Wow. Yo, she's awesome, man. She's so dope.
Front face lock here. Shots in the midsection, and Gia powers through.
Yeah, she's fighting, man. She's taking these opportunities she gets, and she's making the best of it. And that's all you can ask from these athletes.
Nobody home with a big clothesline. Nice drop down, almost catches Willow. Willow too agile. Leapfrog, nobody home. Willow hangs on. Look at the power. And a gut wrench. Maybe looking for that Bay Breaker. Bay Breaker, that Bay
She
Bomb.
has it blocked. She has it blocked right there, grabbing the hamstring. Yep.
Forearm smash.
Now she's not grabbing. There you go.
Gut wrench suplex from Willow. Off the ropes.
Did you see that? She audibly called a blind tag.
And look at that great tag team combination there. Hooks the leg, 1, 2. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but you know, if Willow slams Trish, you know, they could meet in the match that determines who goes to the final battle. So she's her partner now, but you know, maybe she lets Trish wrestle a little bit more, wear her down.
I mean, hey, you gotta take it as it comes with the bomb.
I'm not. What?
She knew she was gonna do it. You know, she assisted her with it.
I don't want to stir the pot, but I'm just saying.
I do believe some of these tag team matches when these partners are gonna face each other. Wow, beautiful judo throw.
Hook that harm.
They are
drop the
looking
hip.
and testing their opponents to see how much pressure they can take, where their weak spots are. Sometimes they might leave it and not break up a pin to see if they can take it.
2.
You know, so sometimes it is a test, you know.
Absolutely.
I like the way Trish is keeping an eye on the opponent. She's kind of blocking off, keeping Gia from going to her opponent, to her partner.
Clothesline ducked under Trish Adora with Gia Scott. Gia Scott goes to the eyes, though, out of the view of Joe Mandak. Joe Mandak could not see that. Oh, sends her down. STO. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Just a 2 count there.
Trish is used to taking punishment. She's the current Pan-African champion. She defends that title against males and females. So she can take the punishment. She can dish it out, too.
Covering up says a lot about Gia Scott, who's able to mount her there, deliver some blows. And now some tag team strategy looking to prevent the tag just out of the reach of Willow. And Gia Scott gloating now, getting inside the head of Willow. Tag made to Vita VonStarr. Forearm delivers. And another.
You ever think and wonder what would have happened if Vita was actually in the tournament? Like the gifts that she has?
Stay down.
I mean, we saw Quinn upset Mandy. It's hard to...
Look at that.
Oh!
Stuff like that.
Hooks
like,
the leg. 2.
You can see the pain in Trish Adora's eye. Look at this. When she landed that, it's like only she can do stuff like that.
Going to the hair. It's interesting. I think about what could have happened between her and Mandy. Would Mandy have advanced? Would that have changed the complexion of the tournament?
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, wait a minute. In the ropes.
2, 3.
And look at her smiling along.
She's waiting that timeout. She knows she has 5 seconds before disqualification, and she's going to use every bit of those 5 seconds.
Oh! Drops down on the small of the back of Trish Adora. Trapping the arms. Straight jacket choke here.
Trish, what do you say?
Give up, Trish!
Making it hard to breathe. The pressure's on the back. Hard for you to get out. She's in a neutralized position where she can't mount up unless she has her elbows. The best thing Trish can do right now is try to get to her knees or try to get to a rope. There she goes. She's to her knees.
And Willow trying to make some noise to let Trish know where she's at here in the 2300 arena. Women's Division Wednesday.
Nice. She's out of there.
Vita rolling through right back to her feet. Clothesline sends Trish down. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.
I like Vita. Like, you got to know she's got that from Vinny. It's like how to stay on your opponent. When your opponent escapes from something, you have another move already in place to keep them back down.
It's definitely been one of his strengths. Clearly a hallmark of the righteous. Now back into the corner. Tag made to Gia Scott.
Some of these guys, look at this!
What?
Hey, come on, Vita, let's go. Get her out of the corner.
And Gia Scott charging in. Left shoulder into the midsection of Trish Adora. And Gia Scott. Irish whip into the corner. Scott. Oh, looking for another one. And that might be a rookie mistake there. Looking for the same move one too many times.
You're not going to get that with a champion, man. Oh!
Forearms delivered.
She might get it. She tries it again now. She warmed her up. Yeah.
Corner to corner. Has her up and over. Trish Adora trying to fight out of harm's way. Back suplex. Back suplex plants Gia Scott. And Willow on the apron making some noise. Trish clearing the cobwebs here.
Yeah.
And look at Willow. Willow knows she needs to help direct Trish Adora here to make the tag.
The smart person in the ring will try to make a tag.
And you see Trish. Trish has found her visibly. She's found Willow.
There you
tag
go.
made to Vita VonStarr. Tag made to Willow. Clothesline sends Vita VonStarr down. Beat up again and sent back down. And Willow on her feet. Willow gets a shot in on Gia Scott. Catches the right. Wow!
Man, she's strong, she's flexible, she's agile. Are you kidding me?
Forearm connects. Oh, wow! And Gia now Irish whip. Cartwheels out of it. Ducks the right. Willow. Pounds! Period. And now Vita VonStarr, who is the legal woman. All that effort may have been for naught here as Willow attacked the non-legal woman. Sends her down with a spine buster. Stacks her up. 1, 2. Just a 2 count there.
My goodness, don't get frustrated. Keep going. These women, this is the women's division. Look at this division. This is awesome, Riccaboni.
And Willow in there with Vita VonStarr, looking to put her away. Oh.
Jawbreaker.
Tag made to Gia Scott. And Gia with a spear.
Beautiful spear.
Drove her whole body through Willow, and it's Vita.
Oh, the knees inside of the bread basket.
And Vita is not legal. Hooking the leg.
That time to reset cost them the match.
May have been over after that spear, that moonsault. Look at Shane Taylor on the.
Yeah. But Shane is.
Right angle slam.
Beautiful.
Right angle slam.
But Shane has let Trish know that she's definitely welcoming too.
DDT put Trish.
Trish might be out.
And there you get a great look of the captain of Shane Taylor Promotions. Whoa!
I tell you, these high impact moves from these ladies. Oh, the rain of diamonds!
Driven through the jaw of Willow. Charging in.
Lariat Tubman! That's it, Riccaboni. I promise you that much.
2, 3.
Look at that. There you go.
The winners of this match, the team of Trish Adora and Willow.
That's the queen right there, Riccaboni.
Trish Adora. Willow picking up the victory.
Yeah.
Shane Taylor nodding on in approval.
Heck yeah, that'd be the best mentor for her, hands down.
And here you see 2 of the 6 women that will compete for a spot at Final Battle. Trish Adora will battle Mandy Leon and Allison Kay. And Willow will compete in a triple threat as well. What a team, and I'm just kind of,
I'd like to see this team against the NWA tag.
I would too, and
they're here.
I'm just a little taken by Shane Taylor's presence. He sees a lot. And Trish, I gotta think he's seeing something in Willow though too.
Maybe, but I've seen him approach Trish before. Willow would be a great addition to anybody. I wonder if she can make Shane smile. He's smart.
Well, Shane Taylor, big time tag team victory. We want to thank you so much here on Women's Division Wednesday for Caprice. I'm in Riccaboni. Thanks for watching. Happy wrestling, everybody.
Okay, wow. There are a lot of questions that need answering, but I actually got word from our producers that one of the competitors from the match is in the chat and is going to, I guess, come on to speak with us. So, Gia Scott, welcome to Beyond the Bells.
Wow, yeah. Thank you for having me, I guess. I don't.
How did you even get the link? I don't think I had sent it to you.
Oh, no, you didn't. I have connections. I find a way. I get opportunities.
She is the greatest damn woman. So she's got connections, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, somebody gets it.
This is true. I mean, even on commentary, I know Ian was talking about how, Gia, you had been really proactive, we'll say, on social media.
That's a term for it, for sure.
Yeah, what's going on there? I mean, have you been like contacting Maria and
constantly? I've been asking for opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. So I should be getting more and more opportunities, you know, for the ROH Women's Championship. What?
You still lost the match.
She got pounced.
She did get pounced. That's for sure.
But we're not came back to fight more. Came back to fight more. Yes, that's resilience.
Yes,
that is true, and I appreciate your enthusiasm. I appreciate the fact that you're here. But the thing is, you know, opportunities are not just given; they're earned. So, as much as you were innovative in finding a way to enter this chat, how about this? Why don't you give me a call and we will work something out?
You mean it? We're because this is
rolling.
This
right here. This right here. We will figure something out. Thank you very much, but we're gonna let you go.
Okay.
Please, producer, don't let her back in. I appreciate your time. Thank you, Gia.
Thank you, Gia. Sounds like we'll see you again soon on Women's Division Wednesday.
Short and sweet.
Okay, but You know what though? I do think that there is something to be said for how much of a go-getter Gia Scott is. I feel like, Gia Scott's gone through a lot in her life, and I think that makes her very hungry. It makes her push even harder for opportunities. And as you said, the greatest damn woman. So I'm very curious to see how that chat goes, Maria. I'm sure you will
I will
keep
let
us
you guys
up to
know
date.
for sure how the chat goes. She's constantly been asking for more and more opportunities, and I do appreciate that. I mean, during my time as a wrestler, I didn't win a whole lot of matches, but I always was one to fight for more. No matter how much I was beaten down, I always came back for more. And I see that same trait with Gia. I just sometimes the way that she goes about things, her connections, it's not the right way to go about them. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next.
Okay, well, and speaking of different connections being forged, we did see Trish Adora and Willow victorious, and we saw Shane Taylor on the ramp, kind of eyeing up, surveying the scene. Obviously, Shane Taylor offered his support for Trish after her Quest for Gold performance, but I'm very curious what the both of you think about what maybe Shane Taylor has got planned or what he's thinking.
Well, Shane Taylor promotion, one of the greatest faction right now at Ring of Honor, one of the most dominant, the scariest. Like, I think they could go anywhere and just take over. Any place they want to go, Shane Taylor Productions, they can do everything they want. And they see, especially Shane Taylor himself, he sees something very special in Trish. The way she presents herself, the way she's very confident, and she fights with honor, and she's a hard striker, but she's also a great technician. I think she would fit perfectly with them, and I think he saw that too.
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity to add one more tool to his arsenal, and another way of taking over the wrestling world. And, Trish also, beyond being a fantastic technician and beyond being a great wrestler, she has a voice. And we just seen her Washington Post article. And, Washington Post is one of those places that doesn't normally cover wrestling, but she has a voice in this industry. She has a story to tell. And I think that Shane looks at that as well and thinks it's an important part of wrestling.
I agree. Yeah, that Washington Post article was incredible. They hailed Trish as and I quote, a superhero for a new generation of wrestling fans. And I mean, what an honor that is, but also the idea of, if you're Shane Taylor, that's, yes, definitely someone that you want to have in your corner, in the arsenal. Now, I do feel as though there is more insight that we can get into this match from yet another competitor who was involved. So I think that we should bring on, with an invitation this time.
Yes, I did invite this next.
Yes, let's bring on Vita VonStarr. Hello, Vita. Welcome back to Beyond the Bells. How are you doing?
Hi, ladies. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
I don't want to, you don't have to answer this, but we know that Gia Scott got the link to this from someone. So I don't know if maybe there was some tag team cohesion, if maybe you passed it along, whatever. Now I'm just throwing it out there as a potential. We don't have to go into it, but thank you for being here with us on Beyond the Bells. So I have just a question right out the gate I wanted to talk to you about. I know that Vincent gave a little bit of insight on the new all-white attire, the kind of proverbial new leaf that looks to be turned over from Death Before Dishonor, as maybe a symbol of being cleansed and purified. But what does this mean to you, Vita?
It's another righteous rebirth. I mean, every wrestler has to go through an evolution, and the more you push forward and accept that evolution and grow into it, I think the more powerful you can be and the more powerful the righteous will be.
It is both interesting and terrifying. So thank you for that, Vita.
Vita,
we like to roll.
Where do you see the righteous going next? Where does the evolution take you of the righteous?
The Righteous for me has always just been about growing and being myself, realizing my full true potential. Vincent saw something in me, and he has a way of bringing that out and making me the best that I can be. I see Vincent being world champion, and I'm here for that. So, everything that we've done together has just made us stronger, has just made me stronger as an individual. And there's really no saying how far we can take that, because I don't really see any limits.
I'm from Quebec, and of course, Cirque du Soleil is from Quebec. So every time I watch you, I'm always amazed how you do incorporate your circus background into your wrestling. And I wanted to know, how do you do it? Like, how do you come up with certain either moves, or how do you change wrestling things using your circus background? And how does it affect your wrestling style overall?
That's a good question. It just comes real natural to me. Wrestling and circus are cross-training. They complement each other. They're different athletic disciplines, but they work well together. Wrestling, to me, is an art, just like circus is an art. And wrestling, to me, is a dance. It's partner acrobatics, and the body moves a certain way. Joints move a certain way, and bodies work together a certain way. So I just like to manipulate that and make it a little bit different than what we normally see in wrestling. I want to stand out, and I do a lot of flexibility training, which, looking at when I'm in wrestling class and I'm looking around at everyone's hips and stuff, and I'm just like, you guys got to work on this, to me, that, like, a lot of that stuff is just it's just stuff I do on a daily basis without even thinking, really. So it's a work in progress. Again, it's just an evolution for me, and just figuring out how to piece those things into an offensive maneuver, or have it make sense in the context of the structure of a match. So it's a work in progress, but people seem to like it, so keep going.
Yeah, it makes you different from everybody else. So, like, I personally like it, and I like how you incorporate it. So that's why I wanted to ask you about it, and hopefully you bringing a little bit more of the circus in that, and it'll get you to that ROH Women's Championship, as Vincent's going to be the world champion.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's the plan.
So I got a bit of a question. With ROH going on a hiatus, do you see this as an end to the Righteous at the end of the year, or do you think that you guys will continue to be the Righteous and appear at different places across the country together?
I definitely do not see this as the end. The future is definitely really uncertain, but that happens in wrestling and it happens in life. So we just have to kind of embrace it and roll with the tide. But I support the Righteous. I support Vincent. Vincent and I are going to be at Test of Strength December 4th, I believe, in Massachusetts. We'll be at that promotion together. The following day, Dutch has a hardcore match at Beyond, and I'll be there for that. So I'm here for whatever those guys do. If there's any promoters out there that want to bring us in together, we're all about it. So I'm putting that out there into the universe. I don't think we're done or even close to done.
Yeah, you're going to be very, very... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, just have to see Vincent's social media. It's quite scary. He's starting to be everywhere, and he's bringing you guys everywhere. Like, he's got a plan. I don't think Righteous is done. Just beginning, maybe.
He is already everywhere. It didn't take long for that to happen.
But I think another interesting element of this too is that it gives all of you kind of the opportunity to fly out on your own as well. Maybe not necessarily together, of course, in spirit and in the mind, you're all together, but I think that this does give an opportunity to kind of spread your wings. I know that, do you have something coming up, Warriors of Wrestling this Saturday as well? Is this going to be kind of like a singles opportunity for you as well?
Yes, I'll be wrestling Darius Carter at Staten Island. Maria will be there.
Yes, she will.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll be there.
and I think that this is great too, because I think, so obviously we saw in this match, we didn't see the presence of the Righteous, but you did have, Gia Scott as your tag team partner. You were successful in tag team action with Max the Impaler as well. So kind of what is your mindset going into another singles competition this weekend?
I don't want to curse on air, but I'm going to beat the crap out of him. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, he's been saying a lot of stuff online, talking pretty tough. So, I mean, that's just fuel for me. That just makes me want to hit harder and fight harder. So that doesn't intimidate me. I wrestled dudes before. I've had real street fights with dudes before. It's the same to me. It doesn't matter.
And Lufisto as the innovator, the innovator
Exactly.
of intergender, is there any, not that you would need, but any strategy, advice, anything that you would share with Vita ahead of this match again?
I think just her, knowing like she's going in there and she wants to fight. That's the main thing. Like the opponent is bigger, he's gonna be stronger, but with all her circus background, her flexibility, her speed, definitely try and use that against him. And I know Darius, he's very cocky, so I know you can use that to your advantage. So he's gonna go and prance and look at me, and that's where you sneak in and you hit.
I love it. Perfect.
And also too, if anyone at home wants the uncensored version of what you said, they can just go to your social media. I believe that on Twitter you quote tweeted the flyer with a nastier version of how you feel about the match this weekend.
Hey Vita, can you give us your social media accounts too?
Sure. On Instagram, Vita VonStarr. It's VITAVONSTARR. And on Twitter, I'm just V VonStarr.
Mm-hmm. And if people want to book you, where do they book you at?
You can DM me on Instagram or Twitter. You can also email me at vitavonstarr@gmail.com. I'm available at all those channels.
Well, Vita, we can't wait to see what's going to be coming next for you, either on your own, with the Righteous, throughout, the women's division gearing up for Final Battle. I mean, anything can happen. Anything
Absolutely.
can happen. So
I'm open for it. I'm here for it.
Well, Vita, thank you so very much. And hopefully we see you again very, very soon. And best of luck this weekend.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's interesting. And obviously, Maria, you touched on the fact that ROH will be going on hiatus after Final Battle. And of course, we missed you last week because you were at the Ring of Honor tapings. From everything that we saw online, very bittersweet kind of time. Is there anything that you can share from the experience at the tapings?
I think the biggest thing is how much heart and everybody had in their matches still. I mean, everyone knows what's coming. We know that this may have been the final set of tapings that Ring of Honor does, at least for the foreseeable future. But the fact that nobody phoned it in, everybody worked their tails off to make sure that they were putting on the best product. And I truly believe it's still the very best wrestling in the world. It will continue to be if we move forward, depending on what that looks like. And that was the biggest standout. And the fact that everybody's getting photos together, everybody wants those pictures so that they have them to look back on and remember the week, not in a negative way, but in a very positive way. And part of the reason why I love doing these Beyond the Bells is because we can bring in guests. And especially leading up to the end of this year, it's nice to bring in guests so that people know exactly where to find everyone moving forward. And even though Vita and I have had our disagreements, at the same time, I still want her to be incredibly successful moving forward. And maybe this is all for naught. Maybe in 3 months from 3 months from the end of the year, maybe in April, we will hear about what this reboot is going to be for Ring of Honor. So I still hold out hope for that, because I feel like there's so much talent. How could it be over? How could this be the end? Ring of Honor is a juggernaut in this industry. It just keeps like going and going and pushing through barriers and walls, and continues to create amazing superstars in the wrestling industry. Even though people go and they leave and they go to WWE or AEW or wherever it is, we continue to have the greatest wrestlers in the world. And I think right now, watching where the Josh Woodses and the Jonathan Greshams, and possibly where the Briscoes might go, and of course the OGK, where Tracy and where Rhett and where these people are going to go, is going to say something on the men's side, but then also on the women's side, which, it's that is also bittersweet, because I know that several of them over the past year have created such a name for themselves that they can't wait 3 months. They're going to be somewhere else. And that's sad. But again, it's an opportunity for someone else to come up the ranks. You think about the stars that were built this year, from Roxy to Miranda to Willow to Trish, just to name a few. Where they were in January is not where they are now, and where they will be at the end of this year. And, watching that tag match was filmed before one of the 3-ways. And, so we already know one person that's going to make it into the number 1 contenders match. And that's just one more opportunity that was created this year.
It's very true. It definitely is bittersweet. It is, as it is. Vita even said it's a very unsure time, but I think everyone is navigating to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
And I love how much of the support that's been shown as well.
We all sat down and had a meeting on our first day of tapings was Monday. And Monday was a pre-tape day. So everybody got in that night that didn't have pre-tapes. And so we all sat in the lobby of the hotel. We had a conversation about things, and everybody was so supportive of each other. Everybody's talent is going to stand alone. They were all going to make it to wherever they're going, even if Ring of Honor wasn't here. But I hope that the biggest takeaway was that everybody said and continues to say, and I continue to say, support each other. Yeah. If you need an opponent, then ask for someone that's from the division, or ask for another person that's never even been to the division. Help each other out. You guys already know how to work together. You've already been in the ring together. So, and I'm sure you still have unfinished business that we weren't able to accomplish in the amount of time we had in Ring of Honor this year. So go out and find those people and fight it out there. Fight it out in front of those crowds that are dying to see you. And I can't wait till all these matches come out from this week and everybody to see. We continue to bring in people. We have a solid 22 woman division that are featured as much as we can. So like now you have all these women to pull from. So if last minute you need an opponent, you got them. And that's exciting for me. Yes, this is awful and terrible and sad and all those things. And Mike and I both lost our jobs. But at the same time, there are so many good things that came out of it that I'm excited to see.
And I think that there's so much resilience that everyone that's part of Ring of Honor, everyone that's been affected, but Ring of Honor as a company itself has shown for all of the ups and downs over the course of Ring of Honor, they keep coming back swinging. So we're always obviously hoping for the best. And the thing is, it's not over till it's over, And as you said, no one phoned anything in. And we still have a triple threat match coming up between Allison Kay, Trish Adora, and Mandy Leon to see who is going to face Willow ahead of Final Battle. I mean, Roxy is a fighting champion. So if Roxy is still holding the ROH Women's Championship, we are going to see it defended at Final Battle. So there's still so much that we have to look forward to in this time. So now, of course, you know, we always like to touch on some of the news throughout the world of women's wrestling, and a few things that have actually gone down over the weekend. So on November 5th, Hybrid Wrestling had Friday Night Fights, which featured some really awesome matches. We had Trish Adora and Allie Katch, Mercedes Martinez and Masha Slamovich, Tasha Steelz and Holodead, just to mention a few. So be sure to check out the full event over on their YouTube channel.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop you.
Stop me.
Luffy, when you look at a show like that with all those names, like, is it like, I don't know, is it exciting for you? Are you, because I don't know, are you able to come back into the States yet? Or have you been?
Oh, I'm in the process. I'm in the process now. It's just a matter of time till I get that paper and come back. So I see all these names, and I see all these new people, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's coming. It's almost like 2 months, and it usually takes between 2 and 3 months. So I see the clock moving forward, and it's happening. I'm just waiting to get that paper that says, hey, go to the embassy, because we're getting
So I mean, out of everybody that's out there, and I know you don't want to single people out, but like, who would be like the first 5 that you'd like to face of the women? Then we could do the men.
Masha Slamovich, because I think we wrestle the same way, and I think it would be such a great clash. I'd like to wrestle Trish Adora. I'd like to wrestle Roxy, of course. Miranda's another one. I've wrestled Willow before. Totally new that I did not wrestle yet. My God. I'd like to team with Max. I think we could destroy.
Oh my gosh!
I think we could just destroy everybody.
Forget it. You guys could level cities together. Holy moly! Forget about matches.
I'd like to wrestle Max, but I think as a team, just everybody moves because we're coming.
Yeah. All right, now we got to do the guys' side. Who are the guys' side?
Oh, Josh Woods.
Okay.
Jonathan Gresham. Tracy Williams. Oh. Tony Deppen.
Okay.
I've wrestled Chris. Oh, the last one is tough.
It's okay. You've named a good list so far.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I'm like, I'd love to. I'm a big. Oh, I love Vincent. Vincent is. Yeah, I'll say Vincent. Yeah. He's I don't know. I love him in a scary kind of way. Like, he's so intriguing to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, I'd like to try to fight Vincent. Yeah.
It's one of those competitors that has almost as strong of a psychological game as a physical game. So I think that that's added elements to the equation.
He has that twinkle in his eye that's like, man, I don't know what's going on up there, but I want to know.
Sheesh.
Or do
Sorry,
I?
I had to ask. I needed these questions asked. You know?
No, seriously, because this is a valid question. I'm glad that we discussed this because it's such an exciting time. Like, you know, we talk about things opening back up. I mean, whether it be the world or, you know, people's schedules, for one way or another, we're making the best of new opportunities. And I think that these are incredible questions that we need to know here on Beyond the Bells, you know? So also over the weekend, we talked about Max the Impaler. Max and Amy Rose were actually featured at the Capital Championship Wrestling Championship Tournament, the event which actually crowned new tag team champs in the Renegade Twins and featured many top female competitors, will be showcased on the Title Match Network. And speaking of the non-binary nightmare, Max, again, over the weekend, we had Beyond Wrestling's Reverse the Curse, which featured Max, Willow, Alicia Edwards, Jody Threat, Trish Adora, and so many more. And a lot of intergender matches and also intergender tag team matches. So that will be featured replay available on Independent Wrestling TV. But then there's stuff coming up. And this is something I am very, very excited about as soon as I saw it on social media. The ROH Women's Champion Roxy is going to be facing Trish Adora for her new Texas Pro Women's title in Dallas on November 13th. First time matchup, two competitors we didn't see cross paths in the quest for gold. First of all, Maria, what do you think of this?
So this match would not have happened at this point if it wasn't for ROH taking a hiatus.
Yeah.
Roxy always runs past all these different matches that she's doing, runs past them by me to make sure I'm okay with them, okay with the competitors that she's facing, that she's, putting her title on the line for. So I do have final say on who she faces. And this was a match I would have saved. I would have saved it and made sure that it was going to be on Ring of Honor television. But with the things like they are, why not? I'm excited for this match. I wish I could go down there and watch it. But I am working this weekend, so I cannot. But this is definitely a match that I can't wait to watch the playback.
And Lufisto, I would love to have you weigh in on the match itself, and also kind of any strategy that you might share with these competitors. You've been evaluating everything throughout the quest for gold.
Like Roxy's such on a roll, and she's collecting championship right now. But there's going to be a time where all this is going to be very heavy, mentally, physically. And could Trish be the one taking one of those belts? I believe so, because she has that inner strength, and that she has that something. It's probably from the army. It's like she's never stressed. She's always focused. She knows the task ahead. And like I said, Roxy's so on a roll. She's focused. She wants, she's a defending champion. But Trish is everywhere. Like you said, the Washington Post, she's doing great matches. She's ranked so high in the PWI, 150 this year. I don't want to shortchange Roxy, but Trish would be my pick.
Okay, all right. Well, we are going to see how it all shakes out. And then coming up at the end of this week, I'll be at West Coast Pro Wrestling in San Francisco, where Quest for Gold competitor Nicole Savoy is slated to be in a triple threat match with Sandra Moon and Russian Dynamite Masha Slamovich. Then on Sunday, November 14th, at the WWN Super Show, among many championship matches scheduled, the Shine Tag Team Championship will be defended by Dangerous Lee, Kimberly and Stormy Lee, against the NWA Women's Tag Team Champions, the Hex of Allison Kay and Marty Bell. Lufisto, I saw, do you have C4 coming up this weekend?
Yeah,
what's next for you?
C4 Wrestling this Friday in Ottawa. I'm fighting Joshua Bishop. And the next day, I'm in the 6-person fight at IWS in Montreal at MTELUS.
Heck yeah. And then Maria, we said this weekend it is Warriors of Wrestling, where you'll be making an appearance. And then I also, I love this though. It's, we'll see. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I got a virtual signing. I got a couple other signings this weekend. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just happy to be back out there.
Excellent. But another thing about being back out there, I did see on social media that you and Mike are going to be doing a round of seminars together. So yes. Everything running the gamut, pro wrestling, self-promotion, business recovery, everything, which people can reach out on mariacanellisbookings@gmail.com. Can you tell me kind of like what that the discussion was like of like, hey, you want to do these? You want to do seminars?
So a lot of times in Mike and I's relationship, I just, yes, we're doing this. And then
cool. Not much of a conversation then. It's just, yes, this is happening.
Well, so, I mean, people have asked a lot for us to do seminars together because, we come at it from a different way. We come at it as a couple and, there's a lot of wrestling couples out there or people that are trying to get into a wrestling couple and, you make those considerations. And then there's also so many people that have kids out there that are still trying to navigate this world. And so we figure, why not? let's let's go and do this together, and it'll be fun. Mike and I always have such a good time together. We just we enjoy life. So it's a great way to have those discussions, and in a non-judgmental form, as well as talk the wrestling industry and where wrestling is going, which I think is going to be a very interesting time. I equate this back to around 2010, 2011, 2012, somewhere in there, when a whole bunch of people were fired from WWE. Not as much as lately, but at that time, there was a lot of people that were all fired at the same time that were still at the prime of their career or just getting into that prime of their career. And the indies went nuts. And there was all these eyes on the independent scene because you had the Hardy Boys that came out of that. You had Shelton, you had Carlito, Masters, Mickey, myself, Maurice. The twins were shortly after that. So it was like there were so many people that were infiltrating these independents that brought the fan base. But then the wrestling was so good that then all of a sudden there was even more spotlight on people like the Bucks. So that time, if you watch how it trended, it was very similar to what is happening right now. So the indies are going to be crazy. And I'm here for it.
Well, I think we are all here for it too. And we're very excited to see the different insight that you and Mike will be able to share in the seminars. And then we got an update that over $45K was donated to NAMI, thanks to funds from the Tag Me In shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees and many other generous donations. So that is absolutely incredible. I know it's a cause that is near and dear to the hearts of everyone here. So now, my friends, do not forget, tickets are on sale now for the historic Final Battle, which is coming up on December 11th in Baltimore, Maryland. It is going to be something incredible, something like no other. And so we want to make sure that everyone is following and keeping up with the latest news on Ring of Honor on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and The Experience on Facebook. This has been so nice, and I'm so glad that we could kind of get back together again with all of us. So, of course, thank you, my friends at home, for celebrating another Women's Division Wednesday with us. For Maria Canales-Bennett and LaFisto, I'm Alyssa Marino, and we will see you next time on Beyond the Bells.